What's good, boys? What's good? What's good? Eric, first one through the door. Blue line just straight up says patchy mix. Gotta get your slurs right. You gotta get your slurs on point, mate. What's up? Simply Kudos. How are you, brother? What's up, Bilal's good eye? How are we, boys? It's good to see everybody here. Muzz stream? No, not a Muzz stream today, mate. Not a Muzz stream today. How the heaven are you? Shout out to the cross. Honestly, you know what? Let's chuck it on today. I need this today. Today, I need the Lord with me today. I need the Lord with me today, chat. I can't do MMA YouTube anymore. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with MMA YouTube. If this is the pool of fish that I am swimming in, I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I listened to Kenny Okoye's list. Listen, I know that the first time I did a GOAT list, it was bad. But it wasn't this bad. It wasn't even close to this bad. The first 50 I did wasn't even close to this bad. Kenny Okoye's list is just as bad. It's just as bad. And I need help today, Eric and Bilal and Simply Kudos. I don't understand what is going on with everyone putting the power of Christ compels you. It does, mate. I need the power of Christ to get me through this. Did you put Robert Whittaker at number 1? I didn't put Robert Whittaker at number 1, Simply Kudos. No, I didn't. I didn't go that bad with my Australian bias, mate. Kenny proves my racism is right. What has Kenny done now? What has Kenny done now? But, why is everyone... Robert shit, don't be saying that about me. Poor bloody Robert Whittaker. Why is everyone putting Ilia Topuria above Conor McGregor? I think there must be something going on with me. I'm having one of those moments in life where I'm looking at 90% of the community that I'm in, and I'm saying to myself, it's got to be me. And I have this, this happened to me in high school, this happened to me in sales, this happened to me during the big, go out and get one of these. Hey, fellas, what's up, dude? How are you, dude? Recency. No, this is the problem I'm having, Simply Kudos. Every single time we talk about the pound for pound list, I seem to think it's who's the most skilled fighter pound for pound across the weight classes. That's what I seem to think. But everyone seems to make the pound for pound list a legacy list or a resume list or who's the better names that you've beaten list. So I screw up the pound for pound list in your eyes, in MMA YouTube's eyes, in our community's eyes. Because I make it a skill for skill. Who's got the better skills across all the weight classes? And people tell me I do the pound for pound wrong. Now I'm looking at the GOAT tier list. And the GOAT tier, it seems to be like a skilled list. Like who's the most skilled, people are just throwing away all the legacy that people have earned forever out the fucking window. It's maddening to me. It's maddening to me. It's doing my head in. I don't understand what is going on. I thought the GOAT list is that's where the legacy should come into it, is what weighs in the most. Jesus Christ, Guru! You can't just come in here and drop a 20 bomb on me like that. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate the 20 quid, as you blokes would say over in England. Good on you, Guru. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. That's a lot of cash. I appreciate it, dude. It's good to have you back in the MMA world as well, Guru. Good to have you back. You've been gone for a couple of days. I appreciate you being back, Guru. Thank you for the 20. What's up, Christian Gray? How are you, dude? What's up, Moody Wizard? Good to see you, man. And thank you again to the MMA Guru. Ilya defended the belt before moving up. He has proven to have effective grab. Well, this is what I'm saying, Paul. Is it just skill set? Is it just skill set? Because we're going to go through it today on the stream. I'm going to show you guys that everything Ilia Topuria has achieved up into his career at this point, you could argue that Conor McGregor had done the same thing, except maybe better. Thank you, MMA Guru, for the gifted membership as well. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, dude. Eric says, what's up, Kyle? Good to see you, man. Kyle Russelman, good to see you, dude. Squeal for the pig. What's up, Nacho? Good to have you back. Big ups to the piggy. Big ups to the piggy. I'm happy he's back after a 6-day stint away from the webcam. It's good to have him back. Thank you, Guru. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it very much, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Pocket change for a dude like me. Guru's sister, I'm finally here the day I can't sleep. Okay, Guru's sister. Why have we got Guru's sister in here the same day Guru's here? Guru just got a new mayo sponsor. Maybe he did. Maybe. Thank you, Eric, for the $1. I appreciate it, dude. Guru's looking after the boy. He does. He looks after the small little fish MMA YouTubers, and we appreciate it, mate. Guru, the Mighty Guru podcast is awesome. It is bloody good. MMA Gurus and Mighty Mouse's podcast. Oh, Guru, thank you again for yet another gifted membership, dude. I appreciate it, mate. An effort for the last name, Rasmussen. Kyle Rasmussen. I don't know how else to say it, mate. You know what it is. Thank you, Guru, for yet another gifted membership. And thank you, Eric, the rapist, for the $1. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. Right, today, we are going to be arguing about... I need you guys to convince me today how the bloody hell is Ilia Topuria's current legacy... Yes, Raj, I do. I think what Conor McGregor did has more legacy than what Ilia Topuria has done so far. And I'm going to argue my points, and I want to hear you guys tell me why what Ilia has done has been more impressive than what Conor did up to this point in his career. Bring out the red pen. It's time, mate. It's time to have this talk, because I'm seeing people put Conor McGregor at like 25, 21, and then they've got Ilia Topuria creeping up to like number 5. What's Ilia done? Yes, he's knocked out Max Holloway. Yes, he's gotten the second belt. Conor got the second belt. Ilia Topuria got the second belt over Charles Oliveira. Conor got it over fucking Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez, by the way, who's a Bellator champion, UFC champion, one championship champion, and a BKFC champion. Eddie Alvarez has won a fucking belt in every single organization he's been in. Charles Oliveira's on the back end of his career. People glaze Ilia's max win when Volk cleared him like 3 times. This is what I'm saying. Like, my brain... If Volk beat Aldo, Max, Alvarez, Charles, he lost to Diaz at 170 pounds. Like, do you guys realize that when Conor went up to fight Nate Diaz, that would be like Ilia Topuria going up to fight Ian Gary before he went to go and fight Charles Oliveira? Like, what Conor's done and what Ilia's done does not put Conor McGregor at 25 on people's GOAT list and Ilia Topuria at number 5. What are we fucking talking about? People forget, man, Prime Conor's left hand of doom would have found Topuria's crooked face. Buddy, Eddie Alvarez beat Michael Chandler. I understand, but like we're comparing it to a 30... how old is Charles Oliveira now? Like, this is the thing. You got to compare Charles Oliveira to Eddie Alvarez. And Charles Oliveira wasn't even the belt holder. At least Eddie was the belt holder. Hey, brother, things to you and your family. W channel. Thank you, Mitch. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. You're saying Jose Aldo, Alex, and Max, who he lost to Eddie. You're saying Jose is better than Alex. Well, here's the problem, right? And this is why we got to start taking notes. Like, I want to jump over to the note board so we can start taking notes, right, Eric? Here's the problem. When Ilia Topuria beat Alexander Volkanovski, it wasn't a fresh Alexander Volkanovski. It was an Alexander Volkanovski that had just been chinned. He had just been chinned. Like, that has a little asterisk next to it. Eddie Alvarez beat Michael Chandler. Eddie Alvarez is tough, but he's dog shit at fighting. Eddie Alvarez has literally won a belt in every single major fighting organization. I feel like I just am in a MMA space with people who only watch the UFC after the pandemic. What do you mean Eddie Alvarez is dog shit at fight? He's a Bellator UFC 1 championship bare knuckle champion. He's got a fucking belt in every organization. And you say he's dog shit at fighting. I swear to God, it's like it's honestly like just like you just watch UFC and you only watch since the pandemic onwards. That's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like all these GOAT lists are. All these GOAT lists that are coming out, I'd literally just... I started watching in 2021, and this is my GOAT list. Fucking Movsar Evloev at number 17 on the GOAT list for fucking Kenny Okoye. It's insane, man. Insane. I think MMA Guru had it right. It's a future GOAT list if Lucas gets his next 3 years of predictions correct. Yeah, it's a future GOAT list. True Nacho, Conor needs more of a flog lick like Douglas to be low-key, but... True Nacho, Conor needs to be more frog lick like Dougie and be low-key in the pound with the tadpoles. Thank you, Christian Gray. I have no idea how to decipher that one. I need this answered. Does impact on the sport count towards GOAT status? Well, this is what I figure. Like, GOAT status is legacy. Legacy. Conor's legacy is fucking huge. Yeah, Eddie beat RDA. Alvarez was real fucking difficult to beat in the UFC mobile game. What's up, Kenny? Good to see you, dude. Nice to see that Daddy Guru was here. Daddy Guru was here, but I'm not going to call him Daddy Guru. Your words, Kennedy. The level of competition for Alvarez and company is shit. Volk was compromised, but mate, nothing's making you survive the shot that he died to. Volk was compromised, and that puts an asterisk next to the win. Compare the win to loss records of who Ilia beat knocking out cold to Conor's title fights. We're going to go through it. We're going to go through it. Other than BKFC, best win is RDA. Patchy Mix was nearly undefeated in those other organizations that you're hyping up, but they're still like they are. It's not like you can't say that Eddie Alvarez is shit when he's fucking won a belt everywhere that he's gone. You cannot say Eddie Alvarez is a dog shit fighter when he has won a fucking UFC belt and Bellator belt and one championship belt and BK. Like, how can you say he's a dog shit fighter when he's touched gold everywhere he's gone? The title is 50 MMA fighters ever, not the greatest 50 Is the title 50 MMA fighters ever, not the greatest 50 MMA fighters ever? Yes. Please, Lucas Tracy sucks. He does, Guru Sister. GOAT lists are pointless anyway, they're not. I don't know why the young MMA fans shit all over the older generations when they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. You don't hear about basketball fans shitting on Michael Johnson and Larry Bird. Neither do I, dude. I don't know. I'm so confused about it. And I'm like... I'm more angry at Kenny and Lucas because I know that I get things wrong because I only started watching when Conor knocked out Jose Aldo. But I've gone back and tried to learn about the Pride days and the old days and Benson Henderson, man. Like Lyoto Machida. I've gone back and tried to learn about all these things so I can categorize everything properly. It's just nuts to me that you would make a greatest fighters of all time and put Movsar Evloev in the top 20. It's fucking insane to me, man. Ilia would chin prime Conor and Eddie in round 1. I don't think he would, Raj. I don't think that he would. Raj, I'm sorry, brother, but you are literally just getting caught up in the hype of Ilia Topuria knocking out Charles Oliveira. Fucking... Bryce Mitchell put hands on Ilia Topuria. The Josh Emmett put hands on Ilia Topuria. Volk won the first round against Ilia Topuria. The Max Holloway won a round against Ilia Topuria. And you do not know what prime Conor McGregor... Thank you, Cheddarhead, for the 10 gifted memberships. You do not know what prime Conor McGregor's fucking sniper-like left hand was in its prime. Like, if you are getting touched on the chin when Conor was in his prime, you were getting knocked onto the fucking ground. And Ilia gets touched on the chin. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships, Cheddarhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's $20, Cheddarhead. Thank you so much, brother. I really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where was I up to? I was up to Raj. I'm not trying to stick up for Ilia or anything. I'm just saying Eddie Alvarez is mid, and I'm ashamed that RDR lost to him. Fair enough, Ali. Joshua Van snubbed. Joshua Van has been snubbed. If you count sports impact, then it's not an argument. Conor, well, that's why it's a little bit of like skill mixed with legacy. Like, it is very subjective, obviously, Paul. I'm so happy the most likable welterweight is on the throne currently. Me too, Mitch. Me too. I am happy about that. Eddie ain't shit. He's mid. That's just fucking insanity. What's up, Capatheist? That's just insanity. That's insanity. Raj, I'm sorry, but that's insanity. I completely disagree with you, mate. I completely disagree with you. I can't believe any real MMA fan would say someone that has won 4 belts across all the major has won a UFC, Bellator, bare knuckle, and 1 championship belt. I cannot believe an MMA fan would just say Eddie Alvarez is mid. I completely disagree. Raj. Piggy woke up early. Piggy might be going to bed now. If knocking people out cold is so important, then Poatan is the best light heavyweight ever. It's not debatable if impact of the sport is compared. Conor wins everything in 3 divisions. Ilia has a better resume. Losing fights lowers your stock on the GOAT list. Prime Conor got finished by Diaz. At welterweight, asterisks, at welterweight, coming from 145, so imagine Ilia Topuria goes from just beating Alexander Volkanovski and then instantly moves up to fight Ian Machado Gary and gets choked out. Like, this is what, like, I don't know if people understand the context of these fights. Guru donated big, he did. I'm composing a short essay on this GOAT status discussion that nobody will read. People like Lucas are mixing the best and the greatest. Greatest is about accomplishments that you can have your own opinion. Bang each other. That's exactly what I said at the start. Like, greatest fighter of all time is where the legacy list comes into it. Like, legacy and resume comes into it. We're not making a most skilled fighter of all time tier list, right? This isn't the pound for pound list. The sport is still young though, not the same as basketball. If you're talking about my comment, Nacho, comparing Ilia winning versus a better resume than Chandler for title fights. Ilia Topuria fucking grew up from the Bryce fight. It was 3 years ago at this point. Emmett got 50-43 by Ilia, but he was still landing on him. That's what I'm saying, right? And what I'm talking about is how Conor McGregor's style compares to Ilia Topuria's style. Muzz for those $20. No. What's up, Capatheist? The Conor and Eddie fight is probably the best performance I ever saw, and people are just like fucking forgetting about it. Paul wasn't talking about you, mate. You know I respect it. You gotta respect the fighters. I would destroy Eddie Alvarez. Also, Paul, you're an old cunt like me and Doug. Eddie won all those belts because the level of competition was shit. Bro got pity KO on a sleepy RDR. Williams is so upset about the RDR loss. Can't MMA math with the GOAT impact on the sport. Definitely counts more than specific losses. Raj doesn't know what he's talking about. Eddie Alvarez is Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier level. Dustin Poirier is like the greatest fighter. Are you going to say that Dustin Poirier is shit? Like, I'm willing to accept that, but you can't say that Dustin Poirier is a shit fighter. Dustin Poirier might be the best fighter to never touch a UFC belt. But Eddie did touch a UFC belt, so he's a level above Dustin Poirier. I respect anyone that gets any ring except for Bo Nickel. I can't send donos, but I just wanted to say that I look forward to your lives more than most. Well, thank you, Mr. C. I appreciate it. You know, just liking the stream and telling your mates and just being here and saying that means the world. We're talking about all-time greats here. All-time doesn't mean... We're talking about the all-time greats here, and all-time greats don't lose to skinny, fat glazies. Glazies like Diaz. So you're seriously going to say, hang on, you're seriously going to say that because Conor McGregor went from 145 pounds all the way up to 170 pounds, which is the equivalent of, say, Ilia Topuria moving up to fight Ian Gary, and at short notice, by the way, because it was meant to be Ilia Topuria versus, say, Islam Makhachev at the time, because it was meant to be Conor McGregor versus RDA, and then the fight gets called off and kind of goes, fuck it, let's keep going up. So Ilia goes all the way up. So Ilia puts on a competitive fight against Ian Gary, and then loses in the 3rd round via submission. That just... not one of the greatest of all time. Not one of the greatest of all time. Is that seriously what you're saying, Kyle? Method of victory for Saeed Nurmagomedov. What? Who's Saeed? Against Bryce Mitchell. Decision. Have you got your accepted gift of memberships on? Eddie was intimidated by Conor's aura. That's why he didn't show up that night. Yeah. Which goes to show. Like, Conor beat him before he even got into the cage. No one is a bigger superstar than Conor, even if he returns. He was the best talker, but Ilia surpassed Conor by beating better competition. Charles would 50-45 Eddie. You think this modern day Charles would 50-45 peak Eddie? prime Eddie. Like, Charles has just taken Michael Chandler to a fucking decision and nearly lost the last round against him. Charles just got fucking mopped up cleanly. Paddy Pimblett just beat the fuck out of that exact same Michael Chandler. I'll forever have hate in my heart for Eddie Alvarez, so I might be, but I'm feeling that, Ali. I'm feeling that. I'm saying Eddie Alvarez is that good. That's why I was like, I don't mind that, simply kudos. But yeah, I get where you're at. Ian Gary would not... Thank you, Capatheist, for the 5 gifted memberships, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Where was I up to? Ilia would knock Ian Gary's dick off. That's right. Take and knock it. He would take it off and then knock it off. Dougie, how do you feel about the fact Conor never defended the belt, though? Plus, Nate was 100 and was not a natural 170. I mean, Nate did compete at 170. I feel like Nate was one of those middle ground guys. Like, where does Kevin Lee fit into all of this? Like, he was a little bit too undersized for 55, but a little bit too oversized for 155, but a little bit too undersized for 170. How do I feel about the fact that Conor never defended the belt? I don't like that. That's a negative point to Conor McGregor. So Diaz equals Gary about that. Where are we at? Say Shavkat, not Gary. Either one. Shavkat, Gary. Pick a top 5 welterweight contender. I think you missed the start about the most skilled versus the greatest. Having little to no wins or a long streak is an accomplishment, but losses don't erase the wins. Fair enough. No, I don't think losses erase the wins either. Did I just walk in on Dougie admitting that Conor is one of the... Shiloh, I'm going hard in the paint today. I'm seeing people releasing these GOAT lists. They're putting Conor McGregor at like 25 and Ilia Topuria at number 5, number 7. I'm like, they're the same fucking fighter. Arguably, Conor might have done it better. Conor McGregor was in there against the greatest featherweight of his time, Jose Aldo, slept him in 16 seconds. Ilia Topuria was in there against one of the greatest featherweights of his time, Max Holloway, took him 3 rounds. Oh, but he beat Volkanovski in the second round with 1 head kick. Number 1, Conor did it against Jose Aldo in 16 seconds, not 2 rounds. Number 2, Volkanovski was compromised from just being knocked out. And Volk won the first round. Like, Conor destroyed featherweight better than Ilia destroyed featherweight. Conor beat the actual champion. Ilia took a vacant belt off an old Charles Oliveira. And somehow, people are putting Ilia Topuria 15 spots ahead of Conor McGregor. What are we fucking doing? What are we doing? Think about it for a second, chat. It's insane. It's fucking insane. It's insane to me. These GOAT lists are killing me, man. They're killing me. What do you mean? I'm dead serious. Ilia should have been 15 slots ahead. Dougie, what are these rage rates? Oh. Lower your... Dude. Conor McGregor knocks out Jose Aldo in 16 seconds. 16 seconds. The greatest featherweight of his time in 16 seconds. Ilia Topuria takes a compromised Alexander Volkanovski to the second round. Takes Max Holloway to the third round. Then he moves up and gets the vacant belt off a old, washed Charles Oliveira. Conor McGregor takes it off an actual title holder at the time. And in between that, Conor McGregor has moved up to welterweight and got a win against Nate Diaz. Thank you, Bang Eats Chowder, for the 5 gifted memberships. And yet somehow, people are putting Conor McGregor at 25. And Ilia Topuria is already the 5th greatest fighter of all time. 7th greatest fighter of all time. The recency bias is fucking insane. Insane. Conor was awesome. Haters come for the celebrity, not the fighting. Dougie's going to eat his worlds after Ilia chins his... No, dude, no. Look, Ilia can accomplish more. Raj, Ilia can accomplish more. And Bang Eats Chowder, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. I really appreciate it. Raj, Ilia can accomplish more. And if he accomplishes more, I 100% glaze the fuck out of him. But what Conor and Ilia have done, Conor has done it slightly better. Maybe Ilia can just knock people out straight away. But what Conor's done, Conor finished Jose Aldo in 16 seconds. Not the second round, not the third round. 16 seconds. Like, it's just, like, just think about it. Just think about it for a second. I got the membership gifted and I wasn't even on the stream. What's up, Justin Kennedy? Say, how are you, dude? I don't know why they put Ilia 15 spots ahead of Conor. The blasphemy. They are close, though. I'm happy to say that they're close, but you can't put Ilia Topuria as the 7th best, 5th best. What has Ilia done so far? Ilia has done a lot. Ilia's done a lot. Ilia's done a lot, but it's not this far ahead of Conor McGregor. It's not this far ahead of Conor McGregor. Dougie finally got that big money from Daggy. He's running that Ilia beat washed fighters. That's not what I'm saying, dude. Like, he beat the best Max Holloway. I keep saying that. Max Holloway is not washed. That's a prime Max Holloway. Prime Max Holloway. But he beat him in the 3rd round. Conor beat prime Jose Aldo in 16 seconds. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, their featherweight wins. The featherweight wins. Conor did it in 16 seconds. Ilia did it in 3 rounds. If Ilia defends the 155, he beats Conor. My biggest issue with Conor is the no title defenses. That's fair enough, Paul. Topuria would take Conor out. He put Max to sleep in the 3rd round, Miguel. Not in the first 10 seconds, man. I just watched that Lucas Tracy video defending his list, and he kind of made a good point about Peter Yan. I still think 9 for Yan is crazy. He can make a good point about how good Yan is. But again, this is the top 30 greatest fighters of all time. You can't put Petr Yan at number 9. Conor is a great top 15 finisher. Ilia takes 7th or 8th. No, Ilia Topuria is not 7th or 8th right now. So do you have Ilia above Conor? I don't know if I do, Eric, when I think about it. I don't know if I do. Max had never been slept. I understand that. Miguel. He finished Jose Aldo in Jose Aldo's prime in 16 seconds and then went up and got a welterweight win. I mean, what Ilia's done so far doesn't surpass Conor. I don't think so, Guru Sis. Topuria can smash Conor anywhere on the ground, on the feet. What's up, Miguel? How are you doing? So, Miguel, is the GOAT list a skill list or a legacy list? We need to establish this first, chat, right? Because if the GOAT list is a skill list, I get what you're saying. Like, is Ilia Topuria a more skilled fighter than Conor McGregor? I would say yes. I would say yes, he is. But is it a legacy list or a skill list? Because I'm sorry, if it's more legacy, Conor McGregor's win at featherweight in 16 seconds is impressive. It's very, very fucking impressive. More impressive than a Max Holloway 3rd round knockout. It just is. I just watched the Lucas Tracy video defending his... Oh, fuck, I'm way too far behind. Sup, bro. Aldo rushed Max, chose not to engage. Doesn't matter, the fight still went down that way, Miguel. Doesn't matter if Aljo fucked up. It's how the fight went down. Why are we debating this? Marab is clearly the GOAT. Yan has great wins. He beat Sean O'Malley. Marab and Pantoja are some of the best ever. Ilia Topuria is a real BMF. I find it nuts this list by Lucas Tracy has any traction. It's got so many bad calls. I think it's because it has so many bad calls and he has such a big audience is why it's gotten this much traction. A sex list from Eric. GSP, DJ, Anderson Silva, Fedor and Conor. This is legacy shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, Shyla, yes, this is legacy. Like, this is legacy. Ilia is a strong argument for pound, but not for GOAT. I agree with that, Capatheist. The GOAT list is legacy list and skill list. It's both. Well, then Ilia is high up on the GOAT list for that reason, but I don't think he surpasses Conor McGregor yet. Like, if you want to have Conor McGregor at 15, you should have Ilia Topuria at 17. If you want to have Conor McGregor at 10, you should have Ilia Topuria at 12. Like, they're like this right now. The Dougie, Alex, and Holloway ain't running into Ilia like Aldo did. Dougie, Alex, and Holloway aren't running into Ilia like Aldo did and to Conor. If Aldo does that to Ilia, he chins him in 10 seconds. Yeah, but Raj, you're saying ifs and buts. If ifs and buts were sugar and nuts, this is what happened. Like, you know what, Raj? To say, to your argument there, well, if Jose Aldo had rushed in, Ilia would have slept him. You know what? Conor had one chance against the one GOAT of his division, and he did it in 15 seconds. Ilia Topuria had 2 chances against 2 GOATs of his division, and it took him till the 2nd and the 3rd round. So you've got, well, if this had happened, well, it's happened to Ilia twice. He had 2 fucking chances at 2 greats, and he couldn't fucking do it. Like, we are where we are. Conor did better. Conor did better than Ilia did. Yes, Ilia might be a more skilled fighter, but Conor did do better than Ilia did. And now we're going to raise Ilia Topuria's stock because of if this had happened, this would have happened. Well, it didn't. It didn't happen. It's just like who has the best career. It's the last 3 wins. That's super impressive. Most title wins are X. The GOAT list is about strength of schedule. Both, motherfucker. I hate your takes. PayPal request sent. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, dude. It's because Jose rushed Max, didn't want to. Of course, it's not skill. It's pound for pound, which everyone is in GOAT contention right now. If it's not skill, that's pound for pound. Yeah, to me, skill list is the pound for pound list. It should be about skills. Legacy is about skill and history, not just history, because the younger guys are more skilled and have better legacy now. Eddie went 500 in the UFC and lost to Michael Chandler in his prime. Eddie is still a former title holder in the UFC and in Bellator and in ONE and in BKFC. Sorry, I'm trying to read everyone's chats. Does the greatest also include impact? Because if that's true, Conor is top 10. I think it should. Let's do the GOAT list criteria list where we actually rank the criteria determining the GOAT list. If it's skill, I think it's Khabib, but never say he's the GOAT because it's not as much accomplishment. That's the thing, right? Like if it's skill, you got to say Khabib because he only ever lost 1 round in 16 UFC fights. Yana shit shouldn't be in the top 50. Aljo's son. We're big Dunny Corners fans in the Bay Area, California. Well, thank you, Miguel. I appreciate it. For me, it's skill, and I'm quoting Dana. If you let anyone with the room in you with John Jones comes out of that room alive. Islam got put to sleep. John didn't. If you say Conor's KO is great, then what about Jones? He's the GOAT because he breaks people down style and melts them. Ilia does the same, but puts them out cold. Listen, Raj, I agree with what you're saying. So that's why I think it's a mix. But see how the chat has said that it's 76% legacy, right? It's a little bit of skill, like who's the most skilled fighter, but what do you do with all of that skill? Now, Ilia Topuria is a more skilled fighter than Conor McGregor was at this point in his career. Right? Ilia Topuria, at this point in his career, having won the 2nd title, currently has more skills than Conor McGregor has. But Conor McGregor's legacy up to this point, when Conor McGregor had the 2nd title thrown over his shoulder and put both belts up at Madison Square Garden, Conor McGregor's legacy was better because Conor McGregor had actually moved up to welterweight already at this point and gotten a welterweight win and knocked out the featherweight king better than Ilia had knocked out his 2 featherweight kings. I'm stealing thunder from Nacho, but we're talking legacy. Then Harold Howard wins hands bloody down, mate. I think we all agree DJ's resume is as strong as wet toilet paper. Yeah, DJ is losing a lot of spots in the GOAT lists. Whose GOAT list is worse? Kenny Okoye's, Lucas Glazy's, or FaceTime's MMA's? Lucas's. Lucas's is the worst GOAT list I've ever seen. Demetrius has very good wins and should have lost to Ian McCall. Do you understand the pressure Aldo had on him? Death threats to his own country. I get it, Raj, but that was... Conor did that. Conor put that in his head. Conor did that to him. Conor laid all that foundation. Ilia isn't a more skilled fighter. I think he is. Ilia's got 8 submissions. Conor had none, I don't think. Ilia had 2 chances against 2 GOATs. He literally killed them both. Yeah, but I'm saying, Eric, Ilia had 2 chances to do it cleaner than Conor did. Conor did it in 16 seconds because Raj is saying, well, it's only because Aldo chose to run in. He might have had more respectable wins in public opinion, but MMA maths means who is more skilled. Well, not just MMA maths. Like, I think Ilia has more skills, Capatheist. I think a legacy also means who is remembered. True. Lucas thought GOAT meant guys who are orally and anally titillating. I'm just glad people aren't putting John Jones as the GOAT anymore. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone has him as their number 1. I think, actually, Kenny Okoye had John Jones as number 1. Dougie, you seem stressed, maybe as a glizzy and cooler. It's just been doing my head in, Cheddarhead. Dougie's Corner moved up to fight Nate Diaz. Dougie's Corner moved up to fight Nate Diaz. What? Dougie's Corner moved up to fight Nate Diaz. 10 people in chat would punch harder than Nate. It's not about one punch power, Raj. It's about collecting, like we've said, Raj. 76% of people agree in this chat. It's about collecting legacy wins. Conor collected more legacy than Ilia had. Dougie needs these donos to pay for his high blood pressure medication. I'm flipping out, mate. On a side, I bet Conor doesn't come back because of the cut. Oh, yeah, Conor's not coming back to... Maybe, I don't even think he comes back to 155. Everyone in GOAT contention was at some point the most skilled pound-for-pound fighter at the time. Therefore, that's a separate discussion. Beside wins, what else did they do to be the GOAT? That's like, yeah, they were, at the time, the best skilled. Nowadays, newer fighters are the most skilled out of everyone below them because skill levels stack up. But it is about what you do with those skill sets. I heard that Kenny Okoye had Izzy in his top 3. No, he didn't have Izzy in his top 3. I think he had Izzy at number 10, which is wild. Kenny Okoye's GOAT list makes Lucas's look reasonable. I could fit 11 pennies in my foreskin. No, you can't want it now. Win over Paddy puts Ilia over Conor for me in my GOAT list. A win over Paddy Pimblett puts Conor over. It's discussable. It's discussable. By that logic, Conor did all the mental warfare against Elder to win, then Jones is really the GOAT hands down. That pains me to admit. Well, Jones, I do give John Jones credit for that. Because John Jones does not get into a fight that he doesn't believe that he is going to win 100%. If there's any situation where John Jones could lose, he just runs away. And that is part of the art of war. Smells like 7-Eleven. Shut up, shithead. People are forgetting Conor would grab Ilia by the scruff of the neck, the little ding-dong of a thing. John Jones is the GOAT, but out of rage, we should veto mentioning him in GOAT lists. I agree, Paul. I think Trump is trolling. There is no way their event is going to happen there. No, I don't think it happens there either, Raj. Doug, you have a great ass. Thank you. Is it going to work today, Kenny? No. I don't know what happened. I got to reload the meme, mate. The meme doesn't work anymore. For some reason, the meme just stopped. Order, move to the very top. Sorry, Kenny, your meme doesn't work anymore, mate. Yeah, it's cooked. I don't know, maybe the file got corrupted. We'll figure it out, Kenny. Jones beat a bunch of fat middleweights on steroids. If Ilia KO's Paddy, you're going to... It was Paddy? If Ilia KO's Paddy... Raj, I need you to work that one again. That is the definition of cowardice, not the art of war. I'm pretty sure it's in the art of war. Like, do not engage in a fight you can't win. A new poll. How many people, possibly women, has Dougie paid to sleep with? Over 5... I've never paid to sleep with a woman, Mr. C. Never. Read your last glizzy god. Read last your glizzy god. Oh! Thank you, Mike. I appreciate this, dude. Thank you so much, dude. You're a goddamn legend. Thank you very much, man. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate you, dude. Shout out for the PayPal dono, Mike. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. We need a new poll. How many impression of Dana White getting asked about John Jones' sex tapes he made with him at the... What? What's that? The sex tapes? Ha! I don't know anything about it. Lene, do you know anything about that? Power Slap 17 this weekend, guys. If Conor KO's Paddy, where does that put him? It puts him ahead of Ilia Topuria. Why pay to sleep when you can just pay? All right, mate. You're a legend, Mike. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Saying John Jones has no mental wins is trick. Saying Jones has no mental wins is trick. Got a jet, boys. Enjoy the rest of the stream. See you, Nacho. See you, mate. All right. This is my definitive. We're going to do this. Conor McGregor versus Ilia Topuria. Conor McGregor versus Ilia Topuria. We're going to talk about this, chat. I'm sick of people putting fucking Ilia Topuria ahead of Conor McGregor. They are going to get fucked with this. I'm going to blow their arguments out of the water with this one. If Ilia KO's Paddy, you will say that it was just Paddy. If Ilia beats Armin, you will say that Charles made a... If Ilia KO's Paddy, you will say that it was just Paddy Pimblett. If Ilia beats Armin, you will say that Charles made it close. No, Armin is a... Listen, Raj, I've been saying for the last year that Islam Makhachev needed the Armin win because Armin Tsarukyan is the proper lightweight contender right now. Like, Armin Tsarukyan is the line in which we measure proper lightweights right now. And if you don't have that arm and win, it's very hard to tell where you're really at. So the arm and win is very, very important. Like how he said, never paid to sleep with a woman. But he didn't say anything about sleeping with men. Thank you, Mr. C. Remember when Khabib tried to say that Conor was an attention whore, but could not word it, and instead said, old prostitute. He's like an old prostitute. Jesus, Nacho, we needed a voice of reason in here. You guys can be the voice of reason. Dana on the John Jones list, like Epstein, but it never happened. There was never a John Jones sex tape. I don't know what you're talking about. Lene, do you know what you're talking about here? Impression of evil Dougie shoving Kenny Okoye and Lucas Tracy in the locker for having shit go. Come here, you little fucks. Fucking get in there. Don't ever make a fucking video again. Watch some MMA before you talk. Embarrassing little things you are. Has Ilia won in 3 weight classes yet? Exactly. I wasn't talking about you, Dougie. Yumjoy said John Jones had no mental. Everyone's fired up. Mate, this goatless thing has gotten us pissed off. Ilia Topuria. I need an Ilia Topuria image. Looks like there aren't any images of Ilia Topuria. Yep, dude hasn't even got any fucking legacy. That's stupid. I shouldn't have said that. Chat's going to jump down my throat for that one. Ilia Topuria. Let's get a photo of Ilia Topuria up. Let's start matching legacy for legacy and see why people are putting Ilia Topuria fucking 15 spots ahead of Conor McGregor. The retards. Dougie, enjoy till we have a superstar like Ilia. He brings excitement back to the UFC just like Conor. I don't want to wake up to... Dude, I have been glazing the fuck out of Ilia Topuria, Raj. I'm a massive Ilia Topuria enjoyer. But what is happening right now with Ilia Topuria is the exact same thing that happened last year with Alex Pereira. People are getting way too overhyped. With the wins and forgetting with it. What is really annoying me about these GOAT lists, Raj, is that people are saying these are the 30 best fighters of all time, and they're just putting in this month's fighters. Like everyone that has fought in 2025 as the greatest fighters of all time. Like the fucking lack of critical thinking in these lists is doing my head in. It's literally just modern day fighters. Like, that's what I'm saying. All these GOAT lists seriously just seem to me of lists of people that are like, I started watching during the pandemic, and these are who my favorite fighters are. They're not the 30 best fighters of all time. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Conor McGregor versus Ilia Topuria at the point where Ilia Topuria has won 2 belts. Impression of Lucas Tracy rage baiting. Guys, what you have to understand, guys, is that Josh Emmett is a top 15 fighter. He survived. I'm not rage baiting, okay? He's got the biggest, meatiest hooks. He's never been slept. Josh Emmett is the biggest No, this isn't rage bait. Thank you, Guru, for the 5 gifted memberships, dude. I appreciate it, man. I can't believe you've been hanging around this entire time. Thank you, Guru. I appreciate it, dude. Shout out for the ongoing gifted memberships, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Clip that, chat. Come here, you little fucks. Get in there. Dougie's van. Free candy on the side of it. True. Ilia was in bantamweight right early on. Dougie, I was straight till I met you. There you go, Kenny. Lucas was retarded. Lucas was absolutely retarded. He's probably pound for pound at the moment, but the GOAT is an entirely different recency bias. That's what's pissing me off about it, Carpathius. Put Ilia Topuria's early photo where he looked like a gay twink. Yeah. Conor losing to the journeyman Nate Diaz hurt his legacy a lot, and then he went back and got that win again at 170, Spectronominus. It will be like Ilia Topuria moving up to fight, I don't know, fucking Ian Gary or Shavkat Rakhmonov, and then ending up getting a win over them. Dougie hates Alex Pereira. He literally said it on the stream. I do not hate Alex Pereira, and thank you, Guru, again for the other gifted membership. And thank you, Guru, again for another gifted membership. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Shout out to the pig boys. Get some pig emojis in that chat. Put some pig emojis on the grill, boys. Start cooking some bacon. Thank you so much, Guru. I appreciate you, dude. Guru is just flicking singles at you one at a time like a stripper. Shut up, bro. Fucking Guru's just sitting in his hot tub just going, gifted, gifted. Stop it, dude. Oh, that's fucking funny. Strip for Guru. Shut up. Everyone's list is going to be different. Some are very, very... Thank you, Eric, for the $1, dude. I appreciate it. Raj says, everybody's list is going to be different. Some are very shit. Fuck, I love Sean Strickland. I'm going to put him in my top 30. Yeah, that's a Lucas Tracy ass thing right there. You know, he beat Israel Adesanya. Who does that? Who does that? And he beat him with big, meaty hooks. Bedtime has the best GOAT list. Bedtime's GOAT list was quite good. I'm not shitting on Bedtime's GOAT list. Bedtime's GOAT list was quite good. But again, you can't put Ilia Topuria higher than Conor McGregor. That's a fucking bridge too far. That's one bridge way too far. Guru is just bored right now. Guru is just bored, just donating, and I love it. Thank you, Guru. I appreciate it. Guru, give Dougie a raid next time. No, Guru's done it a bunch of times. He's raided me a bunch of times. He does support the channel. And I appreciate you, Guru, for supporting smaller MMA YouTubers. Thank you, dude. It means a lot. You know, don't, anytime any of your chat call you a fat pig, you do help smaller creators, and we appreciate it, man. So thank you. Cayman says, I have been training this style of fighting that I'm still in the process of learning, but I'm going to go as far to say as if this style, if someone is successful, pulls it off, it can beat anybody. Cayman's just had a good training day at the gym. We're loving the new podcast with Mighty Mouse, says Carpathius to the Guru. Type in chat, Piggy. We get it, mate. You're here. It's going to take me a couple of years. Well, yeah, if you're learning a new style, Cayman, it's going to take you a couple of years to really lock it down. Nubby finally got one. Bless the Guru. Impression of Guru clicking the donor button on the Dougie live stream. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Better encourage him to keep going. Bro is donating one at a time. Oh, Cheddarhead, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, dude. Thank you so much. You and Guru are going to a fucking war over the gifted memberships, dude. I appreciate it, mate. Strip for the Guru. No, dummy. Damn, Dougie's getting rained on. It's nice to see, isn't it? Dougie is a very cheap stripper. I am, mate. Guru lays in his bed, betting his ding dong. You're loving the okay. Guru's lying in bed, beating his ding dong. No, show this. Dougie, did you tell Guru that you ate 12 glizzies? No, I didn't tell Guru. I didn't message Guru and say I ate 12 hot dogs. Thank you, Mike, for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it, dude. You guys are being so generous today. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, that'd be like losing to Max Griffin at 170. Nate Diaz was never that good at 170. Let's look at Nate Diaz's record Spectronominus of when Conor McGregor actually fought him. I thought Guru's in hibernation until the next stream. He'll be back, XNP. Thank you, Tim, for what is going on? Thank you, Tim, for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate the $20 worth of gifted memberships. Thank you guys so much for all of these gifted memberships. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It means a lot, man. Thank you, Mike, for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you for the $20 in gifted memberships. What is happening tonight? Thank you guys so much. You are absolute legends, guys. Thank you. Yes, Spectronominus, we'll go and look at Diaz's record. We'll have a look. Dougie deserves support as big time. Dude cares about his fans. I do care about all of you guys. I do. Dougie deserves a spot in the MMA YouTube sphere. Thank you, Guru Sister. I appreciate it. Oh my god, there's so many goddamn gifted memberships. This is insanity. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I want to be clear. I'm not a John Jones fan. Completely the random gives getting. I don't think so. Conor has 4 losses. Has to be below Ilia. I completely disagree, Spectronominus. Completely disagree. I'm trying to make my argument, but I'm trying to read everyone's chats at the same time. Maybe we'll get there, Spectronominus. But I hear you. I'm going to argue as to why I disagree. Thank you, Eric, for the $1, dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Eric, for the $1. Dodo War, says Bilal's good eye. What differentiates Conor and Ilia is that Ilia got that invincibility. I mean, we would love to see Ilia at 170 and get that tested. Thank you, Bilal's good eye, for re-upping your membership, dude. I appreciate it. So what are we agreeing on for the GOAT list? I don't know. Thank you, Daniel, for the $1.50, brother. I appreciate it, especially with the gay rainbow. Thank you, dude. How can I buy stock in this channel? I swear there was a way to do that before. I have no idea. Bang Eats Chowder. I didn't know you could do that. We need to agree on the criteria. I agree, Eric. I saw a notification on my phone for 1 month of gifts to membership. I want to see it was Dougie's Corner. The biggest MMA YouTuber did it. The biggest MMA YouTuber did it. Oh, yeah. Guru gifted the membership. I know. Very lucky, Nubby. Very lucky to have the support of the MMA YouTube community. Dougie is becoming big. Let's slow down, boys. We haven't even got 3,000 subs. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Cheddarhead. Thank you, Guru. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Bilal. Thank you all. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you all for donating. Blueprint. The blueprint is it takes the best of Volk's pocket boxing, shoulder guard, right hand lead jab, or vice versa in the opposite stance, combined with Armin and Whitaker's sidewise style stance, at least as the striking. Nice one, Cayman. It's going to take a while because it's very complex. I can imagine, brother. I can imagine. Muzz for the money. No Muzz. No Muzz. No Muzz. Anyone coming to this stream's got to be like, I should probably be a member, I guess. I know they're all members. It's crazy. It's only $16, bro. Oh, excellent. I thought it was $2 per stream. $2 per membership. Conor McGregor is low-key kind of shit for losing to Nate Diaz and struggling with him in the second fight at 170. Conor McGregor went from 145 pounds all the way up to 170. Lost the first fight, fair enough, but then won the second fight. And he's shit for struggling 2 weight classes, a 145 pounder in the natural era. Thank you, Daniel, the artist formerly known as Paul, behind the scenes. Gabe, thank you. I appreciate it, dude. Gabe behind the scenes, thank you. Ali, I disagree. Ali, I'm sorry, but I just completely disagree. I am baffled by saying he's kind of shit. This isn't BJ Penn moving up and then GSP having to oil up. Like, he was a 145 pounder, moved all the way up to 170. We don't see that. We don't see that in the modern era. And yeah, okay, he lost the first time, but he ended up getting the win the second time. He knocked down Nate Diaz 3 times in the first round in the second fight. And the turnaround time wasn't even that long either. It was like 4 months. The turnaround time wasn't even that long. It wasn't like he took a year up to bulk up. And he's kind of shit for losing at 170 pounds when he was a 145 pounder before that. Let's be real, Guru started this off. Guru did start this off. Ali, I'm sorry, brother, but I just disagree with that sentence, man. Ilia is slightly better wins and no losses. He's above Conor. He's top 10, and I'm an old head pre-Klimbo Slice and UFC fan. Then we'll get into it, Spectronometer. So I'd love to slow down and get into it. Like, I want to hear you guys. 179. Oh, thank you, dude. $7. Dance for me, Ariel. I'm definitely not dancing, but thank you. Simply kudos for the $7. It doesn't matter how much it is, dude. Any appreciation that you guys show means a fuck ton to me, so I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. $7, $2, $1, $20. Obviously, the money's money. The more, the better. But any amount of appreciation, I appreciate it. Thank you, Simply Kudos. Thank you, dude. And guys, even if you can't afford to donate, I understand. Just liking the stream or just being here and chatting with me means a lot, guys. Thank you so much. Dougie, do a 24-hour stream. I'd fucking love to, but I am wrecked from work. I have been plastering my ass off trying to keep up with all of this. This calls for a Muzz. What's up, Portuguese Herzog? Midnight shift rewarding Dougie tonight. It's the midnight shift. I know. I appreciate you guys. The midnight YouTube shift. I appreciate it. Thank you. Kenny is an autistic kid who started watching the UFC and bought a microphone. Oh, Kenny Okoye. Yeah. It's interesting stuff, what I'm seeing on the MMA YouTube sphere. Let me try and make sure I get everyone's chats. Can we agree that no one defines the GOAT way the same as the next guy? I think we can agree on that, Carpathius. We're extending Pride Month. I know your favorite sticker is, Dougie, not a hot dog, it's the rainbow symbol of... Oh, it's not, mate. But thank you. There's also a little bit of John Jones with the oblique kicks. It took me a month to even start actually to get the combinations flowing. I'm going to have probably 33 years old before I hopefully get it. Yeah, how do you practice oblique kicks in training? Because that's a nasty move. Lucas, Ragebait equals Donos. Sounds like it. Fight Talk Sports, one more title defense, and Topuria is ahead of Conor. I am not against putting them neck and neck, Fight Talk. I'm not against putting Ilia Topuria a smidgen behind Conor. But what I have seen and what has got me so raged out on this stream, Fight Talk, and shout out to Fight Sports Talk, great New Zealand content creator. What's gotten me so enraged, dude, is that people have got Conor McGregor at like 25, 21, like mid-20s, and they've got Ilia Topuria 5 and 7. And I'm just like, that's such a disconnect from reality to me. It's making my fucking ears bleed inside my head. So yeah, Fight Talk. I'm not against Ilia Topuria overdoing Conor with a couple more legacy wins. But you can't have Ilia Topuria in your top 5, top 7, top 10. You can't have him in your top 10 after just beating Charles Oliveira for a vacant belt and knocking out Max Holloway, who was pre-primed for a knockout. You can't have him in your top 10 yet. It's fucking insanity. It's fucking insanity. Thank you. I just hate how Lucas keeps counting Yarn's DQ losses as a win. Gives me a fucking headache. It's fair enough, Spectronominus. All these donos give me validation. Thank you, Tim. You did buy stock early in Dougie's corner. What's up, y'all? Good to see you, dude. Can you do a poll on chat if it would lick Alexa if chat would lick Alexa Grasso's feet? Not today, Yog. Nate Diaz is literally just a punching bag. How the fuck are you struggling with that vegan soy? You're a 145er, moving up to 170, Ali. That's how, dude. The fuck against Aljo's win was up all 4 rounds. Yarn DQ against Aljo was a win. He was up in all 4 rounds. It's $1.55 per membership. Never pointed out. Donor time is because the chat would lynch me. Okay, there you go, $1.50. Doesn't matter how much it is. I still appreciate it, dude. I try and make the memberships as little as possible. I beat the fuck out of Nate Diaz eating Doritos off my couch. Don't think you would, Ali Williams. Where am I at? Well, I just read Ali. There we are. Nate didn't cut weight. He was really a lightweight, though. Nate's had fights at 170. I know he spent most of his career at 155. I understand that. But again, Conor McGregor had spent that the entire portion of his UFC career up until that point at 145. The equivalent would be Ilia fighting Gilbert Burns at 170 after he built... That's a much better one, Herzog. And I still think if Ilia Topuria had moved up to beat Gilbert Burns at 170 and ended up getting the win over him, that would be very impressive. But thank you, Portuguese Herzog. That's a much better comparison to use, dude. 79k, we love it, mate. All good, Yumjoy, agree to disagree. Jones, alright, cool. 79k, brother, just tanked his 401k. Yeah, 79k in Iranian Ran or whatever it is. Ilia does not lose to a Neil Magny level of competition. I like the Gilbert Burns level of competition a little bit better, Spectronominus. Dougie, I need you to rap a few verses on my new track ahead of this weekend. It's called... Nick in Nashville. I don't think I will, Mr. C. Dougie has to do a 3-hour stream. You got $100 these days. I know, Kenny. I appreciate it. I'm going to go for as long as my body can. It's been a very long day. Dougie is secretly a billionaire doing streams because he's bored. Not true at all. I think I've still got plaster on me. Mate. There's paint on these. There's paint on these tracky pants. I'm a blue-collar worker, and I'm fucking wrecked. American and British carrying other Westerners as bloody usual. What is the worst pick you have ever made? Let me ask chat. Chat, what's the worst pick that I have ever made? I think the worst pick that I have ever made was Jamal Hill to beat Alex Pereira. I think that's my worst pick. What do you reckon? I put Conor in my top 20. What is your criteria for GOAT status? It's mainly legacy. So where I seem to clash Spectronominus with everyone is my pound-for-pound rankings are skill-based. Like, I can hypothetically imagine all the fighters in the same weight class and how they can move their bodies. So I come up with my pound-for-pound rankings for skill-based, and that gets me in trouble with chat because chat seems to have it as legacy-based. Whereas my GOAT list is legacy-based, and modern... GOAT list, tier list makers seem to have it as a skill list. Another title defense and a win at the next weight class up, and I'll consider it, but there's still the impact on the sports factor. That's true. Dougie, don't lose your mind. I'm trying not to, Spectronometers, but I can see your point. Can you guys see my point of why I find the Conor McGregor in your 20s, 20 to 25, and Ilia Topuria in your 5 to 7 so infuriating? If JDM takes Islam down and subs him, what would you say? I'd say I told you so. I'd say I told you so. What's the comparison for Nate with the current welterweight? What's a good comparison for Nate with the current welterweights? To try and understand, simply kudos, what Conor did. Like, Conor went from 145 to welterweight. He fought Nate Diaz at 170. So try and imagine Ilia Topuria just knocked out Alexander Volkanovski and then went up and fought Gilbert Burns on short notice. That's what we're talking about. That's the level of fucking hype that I'm trying to get across to the modern fan. And that's what the level of hype that the old heads like Spectronometers and Shotgun and Nacho were trying to get across from Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? Frankie Edgar is higher on the GOAT list than me than Conor. Don't know about that one. Showbiz, but I hear. Getting CTE from Nate after he drops the back of my head off the concrete. There you go. Okay, when did Nate fight for a welterweight belt? That's a good point, Spectronometers. Gilbert Burns did fight for a welterweight belt against Kamaru Usman. Neil Magny never has. That's a good point. Dougie getting all the love tonight. It's so good to see. And Guru, what a guy. Walked in and he's mogging DDP. Walked in and he said, wow, this guy mogs DDP. I said, I can't believe the size of the bloke. Wow, what a guy. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, dude. That's not plaster. That is plaster, mate. That's just fungus from not showering. Okay. I feel bad for everyone here that didn't watch Chuck Liddell in his prime. He was a fucking legend. Dougie's our favorite spreader. Thank you, Daniel. I don't know, your worst picks come out every week. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, mate. Jamal Hill to beat Khalil. Well, I mean, Jamal Hill's a former champion. And, you know, Jamal Hill looked all right in the first round against Yuri Prohaska. Jamal Hill beating Khalil. And Khalil Roundtree's really shit. And he was really shit. He just did this the entire fight. And Jamal Hill didn't get out of the way. That's not my worst pick. I don't reckon that's my worst pick. Did you pick O'Malley over Merab in the first fight? Yes. I said O'Malley would catch him and knock him out. I bet on Hamzat to beat Burns by decision and Costa to beat Rockhold by decision. Ooh. Costa beat Rockhold by decision. Oh, no, that was a good one. That's a good... No. I beat Hamzat to beat Burns by decision. Costa beat Rock. Costa did beat... No, that's good Portuguese, Sergio. Can you imagine half-naked men and how they move their... I do, Eric, yes. Doug, you have electrocuted out. I'm fired up today, Shotgun. Tapology has Topuria as the 10th greatest of all time. As Dougie knows, my donos have nothing to do with the UFC, although I loved that $17 winner and the $12 winner from Dougie. It's noticing and balls to the wall, opinions, and a one-liner. Thank you, Tim. We do love a bit of noticing in this chat as well. To be fair, Topuria did start his career at 135 pounds, so that's technically 3 classes up. Oh, how long? Was it one fight? I think it was one fight, right, Shotgun? Summarizations of topics outside of A, the whole reason why I support, not big heads, you frog cunt. Well, I appreciate, no big heads, you frog cunt. No, I appreciate it, Tim. Thank you, dude. You're speaking to Youngjoy. Mine is a mix of legacy and skill with a slight lean towards legacy. If Ilia retired right now, he'd be that Conor McGregor pre-Khabib loss to Goathead. If Ilia retired right now, he'd be at that Conor McGregor pre-Khabib loss levels of Goathead. Yeah, I get what you mean, Spectronometers, right? Like, it obviously, the earlier that you retire, this is so strange, right? But it's true, Spectronometers. The earlier you retire, the better impact it has on your legacy. Because you don't have the Anderson Silva effect. Or like we're talking about now, you know, the Conor McGregor effect after the Khabib loss, where things just go... Or the BJ Penn effect. So the earlier that you can get out of there, the better. However, I will say this, Spectronometers. The downside to that is, or the danger with that is, you get the Khabib effect if you leave too early. Like Khabib, we all feel like Khabib left just a little bit too early to really lock him down at any real, like, higher up on the GOAT list than he probably could have been. Because Islam Makhachev just ran through the same guys again and again and again. So if Khabib could have gone through Charles Oliveira, which I believe he would have, if he could have gone through Charles Oliveira and then just dominated lightweight for another 3 years, you'd probably have Khabib as the outright GOAT. But he got out a little bit too early. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have Anderson Silva, who got out a little bit too late. So it's like finding the right point. I think GSP might have found the right point to get out of there, you know? Oh, it's good I can chat with everyone now. Gilbert, you're taking everything I've worked for, motherfucker. I can't see Gilbert Burns saying that. I know, but we're talking about levels of fighters. Simply kudos. You know what I mean? No, Kenny, you're so handsome. Did you see that Ben Askren video? I actually got choked up. Yeah, I got really sad watching that. I got really, really sad, and I wanted to call my dad because my dad was having lung problems like 2 years ago. I gotta call my dad. Tell him I love him. Fun fact, Topuria was scheduled to debut in the UFC. Russia against Petr Yan in 2019. How would that have played out? You would have to say that maybe back then Petr Yan would have gotten the win with just the sheer experience of the moment, showbiz. But yeah, because right now, the modern fan is going to be like, oh, Ilia Topuria destroys Petr Yan. But this is Ilia Topuria, you know. Like, Ilia Topuria has clearly gotten better after the Bryce Mitchell-Josh Emmett fight. Clearly, he's gotten better. And Petr Yan, I think he sort of regressed a little bit. So I think it's kind of like the Tony Ferguson-Khabib discussion. Like, there was a point in time where Petr Yan probably would have been better than Ilia Topuria. And it would have been around 2019, I reckon, mate. At Dougie's Corner, the people you're arguing that with saying Conor sucks for losing to Nate, 25 pounds up, don't understand the difference. Nate almost finished Leon, but was too busy mocking. I know, Yumjo. I know. That's why I'm trying to get it across, mate. Like, the idea of having Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor nearly 15 places apart from each other is fucking insanity. Agreed with Jed, the greatest fighter doesn't mean the best fighter. Yep. We have to acknowledge the cool to hate factor of Conor McGregor. There's a certain level of celebrity where most people in the world just can't stand you, so they won't acknowledge reality. I understand that, but I'm gonna... If this is the hill I need to die on for now, then... Listen, this is my fucking old tap-out beanie moment, right? Where the old heads, they remember Fedor Emelianenko. You know, they remember Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell. Conor McGregor was this is when I got into this shit. And through my, this was when I was like, fuck every other sport. This is the sport for me. And to see the dick riding that Ilia Topuria has received off Conor McGregor, no. I'm not letting it go. I got a YouTube channel, and I'm not letting it go down this way without a fight. Skill-wise, Ilia is better than Conor, but legacy-wise, Conor is better than Ilia, but can be greater for... Ali, I completely agree with this. Skill-wise, Ilia is better. Legacy so far, Conor's better, but Ilia is very close to becoming better. This I can 100% agree with. Ali, I can 100% agree with this. Khabib was like 2 or 3 ways from overall growth. I know Spectronominus. It does my head in. Like, imagine if Khabib had beaten Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler, coming off the Dan Hooker win. Right? So you get Charles Oliveira next, Michael Chandler coming off the Dan Hooker win, or either way around. You know, Michael Chandler coming off the Dan Hooker win, and then Charles Oliveira after that, and then runs through Gaethje and Dustin again. Khabib becomes one of the GOAT. Like, the GOAT. Maybe the overall GOAT. Especially if he continues to do it without losing a round every single time. Like, the only round he ever lost was to Conor McGregor. By the way, chuck that in your GOAT list, everyone. Fucking Ilia Topuria. Takes 3 rounds to get rid of Max Holloway. Conor McGregor's in there with fucking Khabib Nurmagomedov. Never bled, never cut, never lost a round. Conor steals a round off him. Fucking stick that up your pipe and smoke it. Conor McGregor haters. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. If Khabib had stuck around for just a little bit longer, I'm with you, man. Ilia definitely has the potential to be a GOAT, just not yet. I agree, Capatheist. Khabib lost to Tony Ferguson, so he's nowhere near GOAT stat. Khabib did not lose to Tony Ferguson. I agree with Spectra. I reckon if Conor didn't box, he would have defended at least a few more times. He was better in full karate stance. I agree, Tim. Going over to boxing ruined Conor McGregor's stance. Conor's only significant losses after the first Nate fight were to Khabib in the 4th. It was a competitive fight. Prime Conor, I think Conor already passed his prime at this time. Oh, yeah, Shyla. Conor's prime was when he left to go and fight Floyd Mayweather. And, you know, like, I haven't brought it up because it's boxing. But Conor McGregor stole 4 rounds off Floyd Mayweather. Back at I think it was 147 pounds they fought at. So Conor moved all the way up to 170 pounds, then moved back down to 155 pounds, then moved back down to 147 pounds, and stole 4 rounds off Floyd Mayweather. If you put Ilia Topuria above Conor McGregor on your GOAT list, so far, was that 154? Thank you, Shotgun. No, I think it was low. I think they had to weigh in lower. I think Floyd fucked with Conor. I don't know if it was Shotgun. Check that, dude. I don't know if it was. But either way, Conor McGregor still stole 4 rounds of Floyd fucking Mayweather. Oh. I'm about to leave. Call my dad. See it. You got to call your dad. See it, Mike. Thank you, dude. I appreciate all of the support, dude. Thank you, dude. It really does help me right now, especially up until August. I am fucking on it until August. I am scrimping and saving up until August. So thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I also don't count the second Poirier fight as a real loss for Conor. I do. He was on the way out of that fight. Dustin was all over him. I do, Shayla. I'm thinking of picking Lewis right now. Teixeira has really fought fuck all. Not even the case where it's a lower ranked guy working his way up. He's literally fought fucking nobody. Doesn't even have 10 fights. My prediction may change, but this Ilia midget getting all this attention. Ilia's getting all the attention, and I agree, Cayman. Guru said it perfectly, because I was thinking the exact same thing. Guru said it perfectly in his prediction video, like, Taliesin Teixeira has beat nobody, and it's fucking Derek Lewis. I think if Usman wasn't there, Khabib would have went up to 170, of course. If his dad was around a little bit longer too. Yeah, good point. But again, I agree, Mr. C, but again, that's like adding ifs and buts into the GOAT list, and the GOAT list is what it is. I think Paddy is up on Ilia in terms of trash talk. Ilia gets all pissy, when he gets called a little man. He does get pissy at being called little. Come on, Dougie. Khabib lost to T-Bow and went 0-13's a takedown, and got taken down. You bet he didn't. Like, I know what you mean. The T-Bow fight was close, but he still won the fight. You know what I mean? Showbiz stories. Would Ilia do better against Floyd? I don't think so, simply kudos. I think the reason Conor did so good against Floyd... Now, I'm not... Just listen... Just before you rage out, chat, just hear me out. Ilia's a better boxer than Conor McGregor. But Ilia would go into the Floyd fight and try and outbox Floyd. And you can't beat Floyd that way. But when Conor went into the Floyd fight, he went in there with his karate stance, and he clinched with Floyd and did a lot of on top of the head shots and sneaky hunt. He fought Floyd very unconventionally in those first couple of rounds, which is why I think he had success, because it was so unconventional. Where I think Ilia, because he's such a good boxer, would go in there and try and outbox Floyd. So I don't think Ilia would do better against Floyd than Conor did, purely because of how they would attack the fight, if that makes sense. Because I know people are going to hear me say Ilia wouldn't do better, and they're going to be like... they're going to rage out like me over the last 2 days looking at these GOAT lists. Is Prime to you guys age-based or damage career-based? It's more career-based to me. Yeah, to me, Spectronometers, it's career-based as well. Conor versus Floyd was at 145. We did that one. Dougie, I'm not zesty. All right, Kenny, thank you. MMA gods, send Ilia to complete what Conor's started. I agree. Look, I like Ilia. I'm on board the Ilia train. You know what I mean? I'm here for Ilia. I'm here for it. But let's just fucking slow our roll, boys. Yeah, but Floyd finished Conor and couldn't finish Logan Paul, therefore... Logan is greater than Conor. No. What did Logan Paul weigh in at? What did Floyd weigh in at? Come on, Shotgun. No way Logan weighed in at 154, 147, whatever it was. Come on, Shotgun. I think playing touch putt in the park when he was actually in his prime. There you go. Conor versus Floyd was 100% at 154 pounds. Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Shotgun. Ilia is a new shiny toy for casuals to play with. It's kind of showbiz, yeah. Those MMA angles, that's what it is, man. Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts in the GOAT list. Well, maybe a few buts. Big ones. Name the movie. I don't know, Mr. C. Well, maybe a few buts. Big ones. I don't know. Who remembers No Chill doing a top 1,000 MMA fight? I remember, and he had Ilia Topuria as like 700, and I flipped out. Logan lost to the great KSI. You're up at 3 a.m. Good morning, Brady B. I'm sorry that I stream so late for the Americans. I know, dude. It sucks. I love all this positivity talk of Conor. It brings back good memory. Shyla, this is my era. This is my old ass unk era. I'm going to hold it down for as long as I can. The KSI Nightmare is better than Conor as well. No, Shotgun, stop it. What's up, Dougie? Do my uni homework for you, please. Do I look like I know anything about university? I'm a fucking plasterer, mate. It's Cable Guy. Cable Gula. Cable Guy. Cable Guy. Goated movie. Prime Conor. Chat ahead. This is what I'm saying. We have got to hold down the fort against these fucking idiot Lucas Tracy, Kenny Okoye, modern day dickheads that do not understand what legacy really is. Conor McGregor is not a top 25 fighter if Ilia Topuria is a top 7 fighter. Get fucked. No. If Conor's 25, Ilia's 27. If Ilia's 7, Conor's 8. And Ilia's not fucking 7. He's not fucking 7. Imagine Ilia versus Islam for a 170-pound belt and Conor in Ilia's corner. Legend. Oh, that would be if they actually joined forces, showbiz. Yes. 100% I agree on the breakdown of Ilia versus Conor. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, dude. Dougie, do you remember the fight night in Dublin in 24 when Conor was on his... No, Shotgun, because I've watched it back. Like, obviously, I've gone back and watched, like, all of Conor's shit. But remember, dude, I started watching when Conor slept Aldo. I was on a building site on a scaffold, and I had my phone set up on the scaffold, and I was watching the entire Shyla link of the pay-per-view. And it was the first time I'd watched an entire pay-per-view. And by the end of that pay-per-view, I was in love. I was fucking in love. Ronda Rousey is number 1 on my GOAT. Well, here's the other thing about the GOAT list. They don't even bring up Amanda Nunes. None of them bring up Amanda Nunes. None of them bring up Tyrone Woodley. How do you not bring up Tyrone Woodley? Like, I hate Tyrone Woodley. He's a cunt. Tyrone Woodley is a massive cunt. But how do you not bring him up? Tim! Loving the badge, man. Loving the badge. Just noticed it. Loving the badge. Karate Cornrow Conor. That's the one. Ronda Rousey is number 1. 50 G's, baby! Data, 50 G's, baby! Dougie sounding like Nacho. I am today. Dehydrated Karate Cornrow broke Conor. Different energy. Efficient energy. Yes. See what you did there? You're calling him cheating as not being mental warfare. Read The Art of War. John Jones utilizes so many... I see what you did there. You're clinging to him cheating as not being mental warfare. Read The Art of War. John Jones utilizes so many tactics outside there. John Jones does do that. I'd put 205 Conor McGregor against anyone. Me too, Bilal's good eye. Me too. Which is why I say, like, if Alexander Volkanovski... I'm too bloody fast for you, mate. I'm too bloody fast for you. If Alexander Volkanovski is landing on Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway is getting a round in over Ilia Topuria, then this fucking Conor McGregor with his cheeky left hand... Did you end up getting in the river on your camping trip, Brady B? No, I didn't get in the river. No, I didn't. I made a vlog about it, Brady B. You can go watch it. It's in the members portal. Or I only know Tyron Woodley for his loss to Jake Paul. People forget, man, Dougie is a crafty vet in the construction world. True. Locked in Conor, who was doing camps with Gunnar Nelson, was something else. And don't forget, he had Artem Lobov in his corner as well. I've watched interviews with Anthony Smith, DC, Rashad Evans, on and on discussing how fucked John Jones is with them. Are you correct and they are wrong? I've watched interviews by Anthony Smith, DC, Rashad Evans, on and on discussing how Jones fucks with them. Are you correct and they are wrong? I don't understand what you mean, Paul. What do you? I don't understand the question. What would I be wrong about? What would they be right about? I want to give Dougie my seat. Okay, all right. I'm gonna beat your ass, Lucas Tyron Woodley featuring. I'm gonna beat your ass, Lucas Tracy Tyron Woodley featuring Dougie. 205 Conor fought a bum though. We've been over this, Wixon. We've been over this. Eddie Alvarez literally has a belt in all the major fighting organizations. He's not a bum. He might not be the best fighter of all time, but he's not a fucking bomb. Tapology has Conor at 32 and Ilia at number 10. Do they really? Do they really? Cheddarhead have Tapology? Oh my god. Oh god. Conor has no defense. He is only a setback counter 2. He is too open to Ilia's combinations. No, he keeps people at range with his teep, mate. Ilia versus Prime Conor. I'd bet Ilia shoots a takedown in the first round. I'm not against that idea at all. That's a good way to beat him. Yep. But even then, Conor McGregor under fucking Mendez with a torn ACL, torn MCL, still able to get out, get on top. Speaking of low bob, Paulie Magnamali is fighting bare knuckle at 45. Ooh, that's not going to go well, Bab. Oh, Babs, that's not going to go well. Sorry, Dougie. Someone in chat thinks Johns doesn't engage in mental warfare. Oh, right, that's what you're talking about. Right, no, John Jones absolutely engages in mental warfare. Who the fuck gives about about Tapology? Bunch of casual betting gurus. Can you see if I'm a member? Diablo of Dance, you are a member. You can't be the GOAT, I'm the bloat of all time. Tony Ferguson. Dougie with O'Malley fighting style versus Flukers with a crafty vet Jim Miller style. Who wins both in their primes? I'd prefer to have the Jim Miller crafty vet fighting style, to be honest, Wixon. I'd prefer that side of pub brawling. Look at the list really quick. They've got Pereira above Poirier. Well, how far above Poirier do they have Pereira? I mean, Pereira's a 2 weight class champion. Cheddarhead. Pereira's a 2 weight class champion. I'm still waiting for Conor and his team to release the full sparring footage with Paulie Maginali. I do remember that. Remember they would do that after. I do remember that, yeah. Who is Tapology? Is she still a virgin? She must be. I feel bad for Conor. Everybody betrayed him and used him for his money. His fame, not his wife or his girlfriend. His girlfriend is the realest one of all of them. Well, thank you to whoever gifted me a membership. Diablo of Dance, it's impossible to tell. TBE list is better than the GOAT list anyway. The TBE, what do you mean? What's TBE? I don't understand the acronym of spectronometers. Sun Tzu was an equal psychopath. Yes. Yeah. Well, Tim, that's actually a matter of philosophy, which is subjective, Tim. He won. That's what's important. Favorite chokehold? For me, it's the North-South Gilly. Oh, the best ever. Well, the best ever is meant to be the GOAT list, isn't it, Spectronometers? That's what it's meant to be, right? It's meant to be the best. Isn't that what I thought that's what the GOAT list was about, dude. Simple solution. Current fighters for pound-for-pound rankings, retired fighters for GOAT rankings. That's way the whole career can be taken into account for the GOAT rankings, which will include their record as a pound-for-pound. I agree, Carpathius, but unfortunately, that's not going to stop people like Kenny Okoye and Lucas Tracy brain rotting the MMA community. Was it a push or a punch? Conor Paulie, yep. Favorite chokehold, the 69. Dougie, who's the boat? You are. Brother 9000, I'm a member now. What's up, boys? To all the guys that just became a member, to Brother 9000 and to the Diablo of Dance, if you go to the members tab, there's extra videos. There's a camping vlog, there's meme videos, there's a Glizzy tier list video, which I am deeply ashamed of ever recording. But all that is there, boys. All that is there. Monkey, Kenny, you are on a special level of spaz today. For your retirement, thank you, Brady B. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, dude. Not going to retire. This is a dream job. How could you ever retire from doing MMA YouTube? If I ever get paid to do this full time, Brady B, this will be my job. And thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. For the $2, Brady B. I enjoy the channel a lot, Doug. Unfortunately, I lost the email already. Are you able to briefly explain the perks of the membership? There you go, Diablo of Dance. You get fun emojis. I try and make a meme video at least once a week whenever I get a chance on a Saturday or a Friday night to make a meme video for the boys. If my live stream gets a little bit too controversial and I say the J word too much, I'll leave it as a members tab rather than deleting it, but that's about it for now. Greatest doesn't mean the best. Best means skill. Greatest means legacy. That's what I think, Mr. C. Dougie, can we please talk about how great Cody Garbrandt is now? Well, was he, Shiloh? That's the problem. I don't know if I can jump on Cody Garbrandt as much as you can. I'm going to need you to lead the battle with this one. The best fighter is skill-based. GOAT is achievement. All right, cool. We could talk about the most skilled fighter of all time, for sure. I never seem to get the membership. I'm sorry, Wixon. Say my name. Say my name. Kenny, I'm not saying that whole name. Lumjoy, you're clutching at straws. You're back. You got scammed. Your messages are skipped if you're a member. Shut up, Eric. No, they don't. Thanks, Doug. I found the perks. Oh, beautiful there. There you go. Jesus, I caught arguing with an idiot. What is it? Jesus, I got caught arguing with an idiot. What does that make me again? Exactly. Who's the fool? The fool that follows the fool or the fool himself? Dougie, did you know Short Dog Rankings had Anderson Silva as the number one pound for pound from 2007 to 2013? He was the number one pound for 6 years straight. That is true longevity, true GOAT level shit. I know Super Shotgun, and I'm so happy that we did the Anderson Silva watch party because, again, this is like one of the reasons I am personally getting so upset at Lucas Tracy and Kenny Okoye. I'm trying to find out where my holes are as an MMA YouTube creator and plug them. Shut up, Kenny. No Diddy. Because I know how early I came into this, or how late I came into this sport. Where Kenny and Lucas just seem to be like, I like Ilia Topuria. I like Movsar Evloyev. Petr Yan's my favorite fighter. He's the 10th best fighter of all time. Of all fucking... Petr Yan is the 9th best fighter of all fucking time. It's horrible. The GOAT talk and Tony is the boat. Tony is the absolute boat. JDM versus DDP. DDP steamrolls him. Steamrolls him. Ilia just became the pound-for-pound number one. Imagine holding that spot until 2031. That's what Silva did. I understand it's Super Shotgun, but even if you can like convert it into modern era, like how many wins did Silva get? I think it was like 17 wins in a row. We're not even talking about the belt defense. It's just wins in a row. Like, isn't Islam Makhachev just starting to bump up to that now? Like, doesn't Islam Makhachev need one more win just to have win for win, let alone belt for belt, band for band? Current Tony Ferguson loses to Reese Streak. Current Tony Ferguson loses to anything, anyone. Hot take, JDM KOs Canelo in boxing. That is a hot take, Nubby. Very hot take. No, it's just fishing equipment. Sure, it is, Capatheist. GOAT, the gayest of all time. Boat, the best of all time. There you go, Kenny. Dougie, please bless us with a Serbian prayer on this most blessed of days. I can't speak Serbian. I can understand it because my mother will yell at me in Serbian endlessly, but I can't get my tongue to form the words because I have not practiced enough. So unfortunately, I can't. I can say, kako si brata, jele ti dobro, molim te daj mi pivo, which is, how you going, mate? I hope you're well. Can you please grab me a beer? So I can go to bars in Serbia and order a drink, but that's about as much as I can get away with. I mean, the end's justification. Hey, bro, you know where I sit. True, Timmy. Why is everyone picking overrated Renier? Because recency bias. I like Jan and Topuria and Armin, but I have them where... I like Jan and Topuria and Armin, but to have them where they are is just retarded. I agree. I completely agree. No, Kenny, I don't. DDP is the middleweight GOAT if he beats Hamzat Chimaev. No, I made an entire video on how far away he is. Please go watch it. I think just because Ilia is not 31 and 32, people say Ilia is not in his prime. Someone hit his prime years early. I agree, Wixon. We don't know. Like, we don't know what Ilia's prime years are until he starts to slip. You know what I mean? Top chat, all chat, Eric. Islam is one win away from tying the record, but Silva did it in title fights and weight classes up, so it's apples to oranges. There's a slight similarity because it was easier to get belts back then. So even just getting a long winning streak together in the modern era where the skill levels are more impressive now than in Anderson's day, it is a slight similarity. It's not quite apples to oranges. It's more like Pink Lady Apples versus Granny Smiths. You know what I mean? Dougie, throw a Josh Emmett sweet putt. You want a big meaty hook? Classic Josh Emmett. Adam the Ghost, what's up? Hey, I got gifted a membership. Thank you to whoever that was. I appreciate it. I don't know, Adam the Ghost. There was people dropping memberships all over the place before. Enjoy the channel, mate. Dougie, what languages do you speak other than English? Just English. Would you get a beer with Robert Whittaker? I'd have several fucking beers with Robert Whittaker. I wish Ilia fought 3 more times at featherweight. Him versus Evloev and James Silder are a really good matchup. Me too, Spectronometers. Me too, dude. I completely agree. Kako si dobro, prata si dobro. Braka de Sabro. Now I speak Serbian. That is not what I said. Dougie lives in Peaches. I live in Peaches in Greenville. A lot of people drop memberships in the stream, Adam, but there was a decent chance you got yours from Guru or Mike or Tim. I shot it on the floor. Dougie had meat hanging on that hook. Hot take, Evloev beats Topuria. Disagree. I think Topuria can scramble out of it. I think Topuria can be able to scramble out of it and then end up putting damage and boxing on the board. I think Topuria can scramble out of it. Okay. Chat. What are the actual criteria for the fucking GOAT list? Someone please explain it to me. What are the actual criteria for the GOAT list? Legacy wins? Legacy wins has to be up there, right? That's got to be part of the criteria. Longevity? Longevity? Quality? Quantity. Quantity. Skill set. But skill set is minor, right? Because the skills are always getting better. Skills are always getting better. Dominance. You got beaten. You got dominated. I got beaten. I only lost. You got dominated. Dominance. Skill set. Dominance. All right, let me read some chats, boys. Sweet, bro. Sweet to you, bro. Sweet to you, bro. Hot take. Evloev beats Topuria. Ilia can't stop the takedowns continuously. Yeah. Evloev is going to keep throwing them again and again and again. But it is damage-based scoring, and boxers seem to be able to do better than rangy kickboxers against the grapplers. Did you see Dana post UFC 318 calling it a badass card, and they got absolutely roasted in the comments? Oh, thanks for watching my video today, Shotgun. I literally talked about that in today's video. Good to see that you watched it, mate. Didn't even click on it. Didn't even see the title, Shotgun. Shotgun isn't a real Dougie's Corner supporter. Yeah, I did, mate. I did. It's all good, brother. How good was Lucas's top 30? Definitely trolling, right? Surely. Well, this is why I got so insanely angry about it, because he seems to say he wasn't rage baiting. If he wasn't rage baiting, he's an idiot. Adam the Ghost says, Doug, do you think Khamzat is going to win against Duplessis? I don't. I think Duplessis... Listen, if he's going to win, he's going to win in the first round. But I think Duplessis can survive the first round. But the first round might be a 10-8. Like, I'm not going to sit here shitting bricks if the first round looks bad for Drickus. But if we gets out of the first round, I think Drickus is going to TKO him in the later rounds. Paddy versus Dan Hooker. At this point, Wheezy. I'm going to go with Paddy Piemlich. Title defenses, dominance against top contenders, and longevity. Dougie is my pound for pound #1 MMA YouTuber. Thank you, Wixon. That means a lot, dude. I appreciate it. The GOAT list is Nordirty. Title defense is #1. Always will be. People can cope, but beating the #1 contender over and over again for years is a million thing the hardest thing to do in the sport. I know. I agree, Shotgun. Like, I do think you do have to take into account the skill levels getting better over time. But I agree. Champion, a bunch of defenders versus actual contenders, not number 8s. Yep. Muhammad Ali would lose to Usyk and Fury, but he defended the heavyweight title 19 times. That's why he's the GOAT. Is fan favorite criteria? Not in, no, I don't think so. Not in the GOAT list. Not in the greatest of all time list. Oh shit, I did watch your video. That's how I saw it. Sure, Shocker. Sure. Oh yeah, alright. No, Dougie, I did watch it. That's why I'm bringing it up. Sure you did, mate. I don't believe you at all. What does Sean Strickland have to do to get in the Hall of Fame? Oh, compete more? like compete. Anyone can get in the Hall. Chael Sutton's in the Hall of Fame for having a banger fight with Anderson Silva. Just fucking get in there and have a crack a little bit more. Don't sit on the sidelines and bitch about fighter pay, because have you noticed that Mighty Mouse isn't in the Hall of Fame? So don't do interviews bitching about the UFC, Sean Strickland, if you want to be in the Hall of Fame. I swear you were picking Chimaev when I asked you who wins. No, I was picking DDP. No, I've always said Chimaev's going to have a strong first round. Really strong first round. That's the round. That's the round. But if Dricus can girth his way out of it, you're going to see Khamzat Chimaev start to freak out a little bit like he did in the Gilbert Burns fight. Vitali, what's up? Virtually. Not Vitali, virtually. Kako si, brata? Jeli ti dobro? Good to see you, but virtually. I'm picking Whitaker by sub over Walker by sub over Zhang. Is that bad? Yeah, that's a bad pick, Nubby. Walker's. This is an easy fight, I believe, in my shit opinion, in my terrible expert opinion, which is not an expert opinion at all. I think they're setting Zhang up to get an easy win. Do the Lucas Tracy playbook and just put Michael Chandler at number 1 just to rage him out? Yeah, why not? Ilia Topuria, you absolutely suck. Chael Sonnen, what's up? I'm extremely Asian. How are you, dude? Where is Strickland? Last time he fought was forever ago. He's bitching about fighter pay rather than actually fighting. Dougie's Corner people, forget man Strickland beat DDP in that street fight. In the first fight, was it close? Was it Strickland? Was it DDP? And the dono train has come to a peaceful halt. Please take your baggage and belongings before you depart. Watch out, the Serbian pickpocketer named Dougie as you exit the train station. And Cheddarhead says, I'm eating a lemon. Okay. Alright, so I am not... yes, the dono train has come to an end, but I appreciate the dono train. You guys have kept me going. I've had a fucking insanely hard day, and I've got to record my video after this, but I thoroughly appreciate the donations. You guys are bloody legends, mate. You guys are absolute legends. People picking Chimaev must have this worry deep down that if he doesn't sub DDP, it's basically over. The fact Chimaev fans are this confident cringes me a bit, but they should be so crushed when DDP wins. I mean, Khamzat Chimaev fans should be this confident, Nubby. Like, he's insanely good at what he does, and he's proven that time and time again. I will just point out to the Khamzat Chimaev fans, He didn't love the Gilbert Burns fight. He didn't love Gilbert Burns trying to put ankle locks on him. And Dricus du Plessis has subbed an entire gym of Gracies before. And he took Kamaru Usman to a draw when Kamaru Usman was 10 days off the couch. And we all heard Kamaru Usman and Justin Gaethje say, "Is it your knees? Did you pop your knees?" at the on-mat training session the day before. So although Khamzat Chimaev has looked really good in the fights he's looked really good in, he's also looked human in the fights that he's looked in. So maybe, you know, just tamper that confidence just a little bit. There's the street fight in the... Oh, that one! Yeah, no, yeah, that is fair. Yeah, when they jumped over the chairs and started hammer fisting each other. Yeah, Sean Strickland absolutely destroyed him in that one. Who has the better hairline, Dougie or Flukas? I think I do. I don't have to hide it with a hat. Mate. I would love to see Dougie interact with Flukas. We'd have a good lifting session, I reckon. Me and Flukas would have a good gym sesh. Khamzat versus Burns was one of my favorite fights. It's a really good fight, Cheddarhead. Really good fight. People won't give DDP his credit, but outstriking Strickland 5-0 is fucking hard and super impressive from DDP. It is, and you know Team DDP game plan really fucking well. Team DDP are all about the game plan. They'll be thinking about this fight for the last 2 years. This is a solid game plan for them. All right. This is the criteria of the GOAT list. Doug is taller than Lucas. I have no idea how tall Lucas is. Whitaker said he thinks DDP beats Chimaev and he fought both of them. Interesting take. All right. I'll roll with Whitaker then. So we got legacy wins. We got how long are you in the sport? Quality of wins. Your quantities of wins. You got to have titties in there because we're school children. This is MMA YouTube. Can't have a list without laughing about boobs. Skills and dominance. Now this is what sets you up for a quality GOAT list. This is what sets you up for a quality GOAT list. There are some names that need to be in the top 20. These are just names that have to be in the top 20. You can't have a fucking GOAT list without these names. You just can't, right? In the top 20 greatest fighters of all time. Okay? You got to have Mighty Mouse. You got to have John Jones. You got to have DC. You got to have Stipe. Right? Obviously, you got to have these names. You got to have GSP. You see how quickly your top 5... You see how quickly your top 5 fills up already? This is what I mean about these fucking lists that I'm seeing. These like, they don't understand. You've got to have Khabib. You have to have Khabib. You have to have Khabib. I was never more nervous before a fight than Hamzat versus Burns. I was never more nervous for a fight than Hamzat. Why Wixen? Because you love Gilbert Burns so much. Lucas is 5'7" max. I've met him in real life. I won't reveal much though. He looks like he'd be 6'2", 6'3". Oh wow, so he has really good camera placement. Interesting. Then me and Luke, I might be taller than Lucas because I'm 178 centimeters tall. So I might be taller than Lucas. The term great implies a journey involving losses, probably because of Ali. Pound for pound was a term coined about boxing. That's why we struggle with the conversation like GOAT versus the boat. Fair enough, Portuguese Ozo. I agree, because it does seem to be like people are confusing what the fuck a GOAT actually is, dude. So I completely agree with you. Logically, where would you put Jan, though, considering that he beat Aljo and O'Malley? Maybe 30s? Maybe in the 30s somewhere. The GOAT list is UFC propaganda. No, it's sports talk. All sports talk about who the greatest was. It just gets people talking, yep. Did Rampage versus Titties ever happen? Oh, it happened. I'm extremely Asian. Conspiracy. UFC hired Flukas to make that video to keep the talk going during a slow week. I don't hate that. I don't hate that, Wixen. Volk. You're definitely taller than Flukas? That's crazy. No wonder he has to bulk max. People are going to be so shocked when McGee beats Jan. Dude, if McGee beat... If Piotr McGee... Oh, my... If Piotr McGee... Piotr McGee. Yes, if McGee beats Jan, especially after what Lucas Tracy has just done, people are going to fucking flip out. I told you Daddy got him some stem cells. I'm sure separated from his own piss, so he's even more effective. A simple process, the right density and centrifuge roid chemistry. Oh, excellent, Tim. Excellent. McGee looks like vomit. No, he does. He looks horrible. McGee beating Piotr Jan would ruin everything, like Anthony Smith beating Petrino. It would, dude. It would, but it would be fucking funny to see, man. There's probably 0 humans called Piotr McGee on Marcus. Yeah, probably 0. A new mythical fighter unlocked, Piotr McGee. I know. If McGee beats Jan, it's solely because Lucas Tracy cursed him. I agree, Chet. I agree, dude. So you got... dude, that's what... It's just so perfect, right? It's just so perfect. DC, Stipe, GSP. Right, now, you've got to have Usman. One of the, maybe the second best welterweight of all time. You have to have Usman. Right? Now, if Merab is the greatest bantamweight of all time, you have to have Merab. So you got John Jones. You got Mighty Mouse. You got Khabib. You got DC. You got Stipe. You got GSP. You've got Usman. You've got Merab. Now, you've got to have Anderson Silva in your conversation. Literally the greatest middleweight of all time. Greatest lightweight of all time is John Jones. Greatest heavyweight of all time is Stipe. Second greatest heavyweight of all time is probably Francis Ngannou or Fedor Emelianenko. So you got to have Francis in there. You got to talk about Fedor. Right, then you got the greatest lightweights of all time. If you're going to have some of the greatest because you're talking about the greatest fighters of all time. So work your way through your mental Rolodex of the greatest fighters in each weight class, yeah? So heavyweight, Stipe, Francis, Fedor. Lightweight, DC, John Jones. Light heavyweight, sorry. DC, John Jones. Is Jan Blachowicz worth a look? Maybe, maybe not. You do sort of have to start to look at Alex Pereira for the speed run. 2-division champion. Alex Pereira, speed run. Is this UFC GOATs or MMA GOATs? MMA GOATs. MMA GOAT. Greatest fighter of all time. MMA GOATs. Alex Pereira's worth a look in at light heavyweight. He did speed run. Middleweight. Obviously, you've got Anderson Silva. You got to talk about Israel Adesanya. Somewhere. You got to talk about Izzy. You got to talk about Izzy somewhere. You got to talk about Woodley somewhere. You got to talk about Woodley somewhere. Yeah, Fedor we're having a look in. All right, lightweight. You've obviously got Khabib. Islam has won the most lightweight titles. You've got to talk about Islam. You got to talk about BJ Penn. You've got to talk about BJ Penn. You've got to talk about Lawler. Right, let's move down. Let's move down. All right, then you got to talk about Volk. You've got to talk about Holloway. You've got to talk about Aljo. This is how you make a GOAT list. You think about the greatest fighters in all the weight classes. You've got to talk about Aljo. Let's move down again. You've got to think of Dominic Cruz. You got to think about Dominic Cruz. You got to think about Aljamain Sterling. You got to think about Aljamain Sterling. You got to talk about Cejudo. Thank you. 2-belt holding Cejudo. Right, now, do you see how fucking... I'm just saying. Do you see how quickly... chat, the top 20 fighters of all time fills up? I'm just saying. Do you see how quickly the top 20 fighters of all time fills up? And they have got... No, Dougie can't spell. They have got people like Piotr Yan, Movsar Evloev, fucking Hamzat Chimaev, who hasn't won a belt yet. Can you fix Holloway's name yet before I have a stroke? Sorry. Hey, Joe. W.A. Sorry. I was just punching it out. Sorry. But do you see what I'm saying? Do you see why I get so fucking enraged? Aljamain's there, yeah. I'm not worried about the spelling right now. Aljamain. But do you see why I get so fucking enraged at these GOAT lists? Alright, let me read your chats. I'm getting ready for bed. I'll leave for a bit. I'll have a black belt course by the morning. Nice one, Eric. I'll have a black belt course in the morning. Hughes and Dan Henderson. Yeah, I know. There's more. Dominic Cruzzi. Dominic Cruzzi. Where have I spelled Dominic? Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz. That's so good, Dominic. Oh, that's fucking hilarious, Cheddhead. Dominic Cruz, like the stream, but let me read all your chats. Connor must be... Oh, yeah, Connor. Fuck. Here I am starting the stream by glazing Connor. I didn't even fucking add Connor. all right, let me read. What about the Dark Lord, Big Ben Rothwell? Jose Aldo. I did. Whitaker has one title defense. Whitaker's got one title defense. Fedor Emelianenko. Where's P. Diddy? This looks like fan ass. Hughes above Woodley. Hughes has 9 title. Thank you, old head. Yes, I don't remember Matt Hughes because I'm not from that era. But yes, Matt Hughes. Thank you, old head. Shotgun, thank you. JDS's age weather. Kane, Werdum, Stipe, Krokot. We can chuck in JDS as well. One of the best heavyweights of all time. You forgot Hughes and Hendo. Aljamain is crazy. Where have I written Aljamain? Aljamain. Light the stream. Connor must be added. Tyrone. Gotta be racist. Pseudo. Tyrone. Oh fuck. Alright, so how many have we got? I'm just curious for a second. Tyrone, run from the police. Shut up, Wix. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We have got 26 names. We've got Siwudo. Oh, fuck. My spelling is like Chaelsonnen speaking. Oh, fuck. Cejudo. Pantoja. Oh, my God. Pantoja. Hendo. And Hendo. All right, let's just stop there. So, this is the problem, right, chat? When these dickheads make their top 30 best fucking the GOAT list, and if they are saying it's not a skill list, if it's not a skill list, what is this top 30? This is just names, simply. We're just grabbing names of the greatest fighters of each of the weight classes. We're just grabbing names. I'm just doing this as an example. I'm not locking in a list. I'm not doing the top 50. I'm just saying, right? All we've done is gone, who are the best heavyweights of all time? Stipe, Fedor, Francis, fucking JDS, right? Who are the best light heavyweights of all time? John Jones, DC. You got to look at Alex Pereira. He's a 2 weight class champion. I don't hate Alex Pereira. I'll give him the respect that he deserves, right? You got to look Anderson Silva. Fucking my brain is so rotted out. Anderson Silva, Israel Adesanya, move down again. Kamaru Usman, Tyron Woodley, like Matt Hughes, you BJ Penn, right? Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, move down again. Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, fucking Jose Aldo, move down again. Right? You take just the top fighters from each of the weight classes of all time. That's all we're doing. Just grab some names of each of the best fighters of all the weight classes. You can't put Movsar Evloev, Hamzat Chimaev, Petr Yan. They do not enter into the top 30. There's just too many great fighters. It's too fucking busy at the top. These guys, their lists are insane. They are so far from wrong. It's not just that Arman Tsarukyan is number 13. It's not just that Arman Tsarukyan is number 13. It's the fucking lists are fucking wrong. From the foundation of their list is fucked. It's fucking wrong. They're all wrong. Bedtime's the closest one with the okay-ishest list. How do you make a GOAT list of the greatest fighters of all time and then ignore the best fighters in each of the weight classes? How do you do it? I don't know how they've done it. I don't know how they've done it. It speaks to, I just started watching the sport. And I'm not thinking about what GOAT actually means. Like, what does GOAT mean? What are the criterias for the GOAT? Legacy, longevity, dominance, quantity, titties. Obviously, you take the best fighters of all the weight classes. That's enough. I've spoken now about everyone's fucking dumb GOAT lists for an hour and a half yesterday and an hour and a half today. That's 3 hours of talking about the GOAT list. Volk transferred his C to E to Lucas. He did. Hang on a minute. These lists are shit. Hang on a minute. fucking make Hezbollah versus Yarn for pound number 1. That's what I mean. Like, these lists are cooked. Their lists are fucking cooked. From the foundation. Randy Couture. Thank you, Super Shotgun. Randy Couture. Like, you take the best fighters of each of the weight classes, just put their names on a whiteboard, and then start thinking about your GOAT list. Like, don't just go onto a fucking blackboard. Don't just go onto a board and start picking out your favorite fighters from today. Oh, these are my favorite. I really like fucking Bilal Muhammad. Man, Joshua Van's sick. I really like Joshua. I'm going to make a fucking GOAT list. Oh, Bilal Muhammad has 1 title defense. I'm going to make him fucking number 9. Oh, Joshua Van looked pretty good in his last fight. I'm going to make him number fucking 4. Like... Gotcha, Chethead. Gotcha, Chethead. Got him. Fucking make Hezbollah versus Yan. There's probably like 100 people before come the likes of Topuria. I know, Shotgun. I know, and I'm an Armin fan. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I'm an Ilia fan. I'm a massive Ilia Topuria fan. But I'm looking at Ilia Topuria as like the 7th best fighter of all time, and I'm like... He beat Charles Oliveira. Calm the fuck down. Just calm the fuck down. Did you see Volk at a CTE moment with Mighty Mouse at the end of the interview? I didn't. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. Hey! Screw this guy. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. That's it. That's the stream. Thank you guys so much for all the donations. You guys are insane. I appreciate it so much. The GOAT list should be... The GOAT list should be retitled the greatest of recent time. That's what I'm saying, Shiloh. Like, that's what it feels like to me when I'm watching it. You should make a video about... I'm thinking about it, Super Shotgun. Like, make a video explaining why they're all getting the GOAT list wrong. I just don't know... I might as well. I might as well just do that video now. But you guys have all watched this... That's the problem. I can't do videos that I've just done on the stream because you guys don't watch them. Dougie, please dominate Flukas. I will. In good time. I will. I think I'm just going to leave it as the stream. I don't know what I'm going to do for my video. I need to go have a glass of water and think about what I'm going to film after this for tomorrow's video. But that's it. That's the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much. There are like 100 shillings. I know. That's why I'm just happy that we had this stream. I'm happy that there were 22 of you here to see this. So at least, maybe, there is a section of the MMA YouTube community that will understand. You don't just... make a greatest of all time list and look at today's rankings. Like, you just... This is how you make a GOAT list. Quality, legacy, longevity, skills, dominance. Who are the greatest fighters of each weight class of all time? That's how you... And then, from there, you start arguing. You know? Maybe Cejudo. Maybe Tyrone. Maybe these guys are some of the best. Not Movzar Evloyev and Piotr Yan. Lucas. And Kenny. And Bedtime. Fucking tighten it up, MMA YouTube. I know I just got here to MMA YouTube, but I'm still the fucking unk of MMA YouTube. I'm still the oldest one in the room. Tighten it up. Or I will fly to America and tighten it up for you. No Diddy. I'm out of here. All right, boys. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this stream. A debate between Dougie Lucas and Bedtime would be crazy. We're doing it. We're essentially doing it. Bro, I think you're right. We're doing it over live stream. W donos today. Yeah, thank you guys for the donos today. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. C Wood was promised to be the GOAT. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a good night. Thank you all so much for the donations.